Hey guys, this is Emmanuel. Nice to meet you guys. So today I'm going to be introducing you to our new channel, my new channel actually, Splashing Thoughts. This will be a channel about current events, whether they are, I don't know, related to climate change, related to politics, job hunting, whatever it is, whatever grinds my gears, I guess. I'll be exposing some thoughts. Some of them will be probably newsworthy, others will be fun, others will be debating as well. I'm also looking to maybe invite some people to debate us on this channel. Overall, that's kind of the goal here with Behind Splashing Thoughts is whatever comes to mind, whatever is making you talk out with your friends and you want to have some arguments on winning a battle, I guess. Any subject that appears interesting and is definitely on the news is something that I plan on tackling. Also, if you have any ideas, if you want to submit a subject you want me to talk about, feel free by simply messaging me here on the channel, and I'll make sure to address it and give you props on my next show. If you want to be part of the show, same thing. Just send us a message, and we'll make sure to bring you on board. We can give you airtime. We can invite maybe somebody else that you want to debate as well. I'll be the moderator, yeah. So ultimately, that's the goal of Splashing Thoughts, is to just give you that opportunity to say whatever it is that you want to say. And I'll be that voice to help you relay a message out further, or simply bringing you some facts about hot topics. Like I said, climate change is a very hot one, COVID-19 or any pandemic, politics, whether it's in the United States, in Europe, Asia, so global politics that affect all of our lives at the end of the day. Whatever is going on in a certain country can affect its neighbors, can affect the whole continent. And so, for example, with the United States politics, right? Anything that goes on there affects us in Canada, or affects Mexico, or ultimately, obviously, it affects the whole world. And I think it's important to talk about it. It's important to look at it with an open mind, right? Because at the end of the day, there's some good, there's some bad, in all parties, political parties. Ultimately, the idea is to just kind of expose the nasty in both, okay? As much as, for example, Donald Trump is a narcissistic asshole, he's still doing some amazing things for the United States. And as much as Joe Biden is considered to be such a great guy, he has done some weird things across, throughout his political career. So the idea is to expose all of that and help you maybe take a better decision if you're an American voting in the U.S. But ultimately, we want to address also the relationship between the U.S. and Europe, and Asia and China, right, and Russia, and discuss all of these implications, because at the end of the day, not everything that they tell you on the news is necessarily true. There's an agenda that is being that's been in full effect, and the idea is to kind of us to try to shed some light on what that agenda might be, without necessarily being very conspiracy theories about it. I mean, it's at the end of the day, you just want to criticize something that's on the news and be open-minded about it, and understand that if for example, I don't know, let's say Trump is going to visit Kim Jong-un in North Korea, and oh my God, nobody else did that before him. He did it. Well, some of you might think that, well, it wasn't nice what he did. It wasn't a good thing, because why would you go and visit North Korea? But ultimately, what that had as repercussion across all of us, and as a good repercussion on all of us, is that it kind of diffused that craziness that Kim Jong Un had in his head, to bomb the U.S. and shit like that. So ultimately, it was a good thing that he actually went and probably beat some sense into the guy. Um, Same thing with China, love it or hate it, China is probably the most powerful nation out there, in terms of economics, in terms of military production. Like China, you gotta give it to them. They're 1.4 billion people, 1.5. When I was in China in Beijing last year, local Chinese were telling me that the census in China is that they are closer to 1.9, and that the numbers that we're promoting in the Western world are fake. Whatever, 1.4, 1.9 is still a hell of a lot of people, and so these people, they produce a lot. Ultimately, their economy is definitely kicking ass, and they might be seen as the bully internationally, and so somebody's got to stand up to them, and whom better than the United States? And so far, the United States didn't do much until Donald Trump came aboard. And so the idea here is to understand why Donald Trump did what he did, for the benefit of the United States. But ultimately, when you're standing up to a bully such as China, ultimately that could actually play out well for the other smaller guys, right? Like the European Union and other Asian countries, or South American countries, or whatever it is. Just because the U.S. stood up to them helps the other countries indirectly. Okay, and that's something very important to understand, that not everything that Trump is doing is bad and oh my God. No, there's actually some good things as well. He may have come across, like I said, as a narcissistic bigot or idiot or whatever, how some people are calling him. But ultimately, and we have seen from previous appearances of his on David Letterman's show, or any other late night shows that he attended, he always claimed that he wants what's best for America, and so on and so forth. And so with that said, today, actually as of 2016 when he got elected, he kind of kept his promise, and he remained true to himself, to his thoughts about the US. To him, the US comes first, and can you blame him? I mean, it's his goddamn country. Let him want to be the best country. I think every president or prime minister should have the best interest of their country first, and then if there is room, let's help others. And that's something that we see today through the actions that he has taken, that whatever he has done is working out great for the states, for the U.S. Black Americans are having more jobs. They get hired more frequently. Job creation has been really put up there, and a lot of people are saying, yeah, but no, that's Obama's doing, and so on. No, it's not. What the hell did Obama do? He just let men use, women's bathrooms. That's his legacy. At the end of the day, you gotta understand that through the Obama administration, there were several wars that were started. And us, the rest of the world, we were dragged into these wars, and it's not good for our economies. It's not good for our morale to have to live in fear that, oh my God, now who is the next country that the U.S. is going to invade? Oh my God, is it going to be us? Is it going to be them? And what kind of repercussions is going to have? What kind of sanctions and whatnot? And just the simple fact that the mass media was portraying Trump as being the crazy lunatic that's just going to press the red button and wipe us all out. Well, guess what? That didn't happen, right? I mean, the guy is a businessman. He doesn't care about war. Everything he's done has been good for the country, in the sense of bringing people back together. Um, I believe also racism has been tackled in a positive way. What we see today happening with the riots and what's going on, I personally don't blame him at all for that. I believe there is some um, organizations out there, or powerful people, maybe celebrities, that are maintaining this. I believe the fact that Trump fulfilled all of his and kept all of his promises so far, he has literally taught a good lesson to a lot of politicians across the world. Because politicians, they don't care about you or me. They care about themselves at the end of the day. I mean, just look at it. Just look at your country and tell me that I'm wrong. I mean, you know exactly what I'm talking about. All politicians care about themselves, care about their well-being of their families, and that's it. So that's usually how corruption works. You might say, yeah, but Trump hired, Ivanka Trump and his son and his son-in-law and so on. Okay, yes, you're right. Yes, he did. But these guys aren't getting paid. These guys are putting their time and effort into fixing the country. And I think I would like for something like this to happen in Canada. I remember back in Montreal, we had a mayor that did the same thing. He was wealthy. He was a businessman, and he wasn't taking a salary either from the taxpayers. He was actually donating his salary to like the Botanic Garden of Montreal. But during his time, Montreal flourished. Everything works beautifully. And then came in all the wannabes and all the lawyers that were recycled into politics, and they started messing things around and starting allowing lobbying to happen and so on. So yeah, I mean, like I said, that's the vibe of the channel, is to kind of address a couple of these situations and news that is being I guess addressed on a daily basis, and so we're trying to keep on top of them. Anyway, so if you like this, if you like this channel, I can only invite you to basically just thanks for watching. If you enjoy Splashing Thoughts, just leave a comment, like, and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.